viewers. My name is Siza Manocha and I represent SafoKid, one of the largest organizations in India that focuses on safety of children till the age group of 12 years. We understand that building immunity and maintaining a good health can't happen overnight. Considering the next wave is predicted in September, we want parents to start preparing from right now. However, most parents are unaware and don't know what to do to prepare their kids. That is the sole reason we are compiling a detailed video highlighting what parents can do age group wise to boost the immunity and health of their children. As it is rightly said, it is important to maintain your diet and healthy lifestyle so that your immune system can be rock solid and you are able to fight diseases. The COVID-19 pandemic has had a major impact on our lives. Many of us are facing challenges that can be stressful, overwhelming, and cause strong physical implications in both adults and children. If we are physically strong and maintain a healthy diet and lifestyle, we can together fight this pandemic. So today we have with us Ms. Pooja Vasisht, who is a renowned dietitian, and she will give us her perspective on the anticipated third wave, which is going to be very challenging for kids. And she'll also help us in knowing what parents can do to prepare their children for the possible third wave. So Ms. Pooja, thank you for joining us today. Request you to please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm Pooja Sharma Vasisht. I'm a practicing dietitian specializing in weight management and pediatric or children's diet. I have my online clinic. You can contact me for diet related queries or a diet plan on 888-278-4331. My FB page is with the same name, Pooja Sharma Vasisht.
So Ms. Pooja, I'll start with today's questions. We have a lot of questions and a lot of queries that we want to get addressed, and I hope so they will be very beneficial for our viewers. So according to you, what's your viewpoint about the predicted third wave and how is it going to affect the children?
See, as all the experts are saying, there could be a third wave. It may come, it may not come, but we should be well prepared to deal with it. So we must take all the precautions and take care of our health. Now, since there is no vaccine for children yet, we have to protect them more from this possible wave. As of now, they are quite vulnerable. COVID may have some long-term effects on children, the way it has been affecting the adults.
So in your opinion, if parents become aware, can they prepare their children better for this possible third wave? And what role does diet play in helping parents prepare their children for this predicted wave?
Yes, definitely. If the parents are aware, they can prepare themselves well, since prevention is always better than cure. So we as parents, we need to take care of the overall immunity and health of the children all the more now. For that, a holistic approach is needed. So basically for the physical health, besides exercise and activity level, nutrition plays a major role. The focus on the nutritious diet is more these days, not only to ensure a good health and growth in your children, but in building their ability to fight off this infection. God forbid, if the infection happens, the child's body should be well prepared to handle this. Again, an optimal level of nutrition would also ensure a good and speedy recovery from the infection.
So from a dietitian's perspective, what age groups would you divide like children till 12 years of age, and what are your specific advices for these age groups?
We start with infancy, that is basically 0 to 1 years or birth to 1 year. Then we have a toddler group, that is 1 to 3 years. Then we have a preschooler age group, that is 3 to 6 years or 4 to 6 years. And then we have a school age group, which is 7 to 12 years. This is how we go about dividing nutrition wise. Now, talking about the nutrition, which all nutrients are important in building the immunity of your child. So let me go point wise. Basically, we'll start with proteins. This is because all immunity or disease fighting cells are protein in nature. So you must ensure enough protein in your children's daily diet. For that, you can include eggs, dairy products like milk, curd, cheese or paneer, pulses, especially legumes. By legumes, I mean whole dal, beans, rajmas and chanas, almonds, walnuts. Then if you are a non-vegetarian, then try to give them some fresh foods like chicken, fish, meat, etc. Another important nutrition is vitamin C. Now, to boost up the vitamin C level, if your child takes avla, then you can include it in the form of marabba, candy, or its juice. Otherwise, try and give the seasonal fruits and some citrus fruits like lemon, mosmi, or any other citrus which is available in the season. Again, different colored peppers or capsicum, shibla mirch. They are a very good source of vitamin C. You can add that to your child's diet. And if the child is you can take if the child is fond of bean sprouts, then you may also give that. Another nutrient of importance in immunity is vitamin D. Include dark green leafy vegetables like spinach, chulai, broccoli. These days we have mangoes, papayas, and sweet potatoes for vitamin A. Other good sources are milk, butter, egg, especially the yolk part. Another important nutrient is vitamin 2. Boost up the vitamin E level of your child. Include some almonds or badam, spinach, seeds like pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds, peanuts or moongfali, olives, wheat germ. Wheat germ is the germ part of the dalia, so you can give dalia to your child. For immunity, iron or the hemoglobin level of your child is very important. For that, you should try to include some dark green leafy vegetables. Again, the seasonal ones like chulai, arbi ke patte, and spinach. Then if you're a non-vegetarian and if your child takes meat, then you can give the liver part of the meat. Then there is eggs. Try and include some whole beans like Bengal gram or kala chana, soya bean, lentils. Give some dates or jaggery instead of sugar. Give grains like bajra or dalia to pump up the iron intake of your child. Another important mineral which is important for immunity is zinc. So if the child is non-vegetarian, again, lean meats are a good source of zinc. For vegetarians, we have options of whole grain cereals like dalia, chirwa, millets like jow, jowar, bajra, brown rice, legumes like rajma, lobia, soyabean, till, almonds, pumpkin seeds, etc. These are all very good sources of zinc. The role of vitamin D in immunity is very important. It is called the sunshine vitamin. Encourage your child to sit or play or exercise in the morning sun. And for the diet part, you can include some butter, ghee, egg yolk. And if the child takes fish, then you can give some fatty fish to improve the vitamin D.
So how would you want to divide all the age groups? What's the specific advice that you want to give for each of the age groups?
See, the nutrients remain the same, but the form in which, according to the age suitability, will be changing. So let me start with infancy, that is birth to 1 year. Now, since the first 6 months we promote exclusive breastfeeding, we can't do much about it. In this case, the mother's milk itself will give the immunity to the child. Mother should take care of her diet and eat a well-balanced diet so that the child gets all the required nutrients and has a good immunity. Now, once the child starts taking solids, then you can start with some fresh seasonal fruit juice. You may also give some stewed fruits like apple, papaya, and try and include some green leafy vegetable soups, some thin dal, soft-boiled egg yolk in their daily diet. If you're giving porridge, give the porridge of dalia, that is whole wheat or ragi. Then you may also add some dried fruits like raisin and dates. They can be soaked and well mashed and then added to their. These little changes would help in giving the required amount of nutrients which will boost your child's immunity.
So my next question is that we've spoken to multiple doctors and they've confirmed that obesity plays major role in making COVID infections more severe. How can this be rectified through a good diet?
Yes, definitely. Studies have shown that obesity is a highly prevalent comorbidity. It's severe cases of COVID-19 in children and adolescents. Now, what caution or what rectification measures we can take as parents would include that we need to make our children more active. This is despite social isolation. The children are not able to go out and play. We need to make them more active in terms of physical activity, and we should introduce some daily exercise routine in their daily routine. And again, try and reduce the weight of obese child in a very healthy manner. We really cannot cut down on their diet in these days. So try and reduce the weight of the child in a very healthy and in a very slow manner. For this, you need to cut down on processed and packaged or any junk food the child is eating. And you also need to cut down on sugary drinks which are given in these summer times. And also, if there is any ailment or underlying condition because of obesity, please consult your pediatrician and try to keep it in check.
Okay, so parents, I think, have this very, you can say, a prominent question that how do they identify if their kid is obese? ये पता कैसे लगे actually कि हमारा बच्चा obese है? So that is, I think, a concern for parents, and we think this should be like also be addressed through this interview.
Yeah, actually, that too much of chubbiness, जो हम कहते हैं कि बच्चा खाते पीते घर का गोलू गोलू है. Now that or fat accumulation around the abdominal region, it should not be ignored. अगर बच्चा थोड़ा चबी हो रहा है और उसके पेट के पास की अगर फैट बढ़ रही है, then it is not very healthy. शायद आगे पीछे हम इस चीज को इग्नोर कर सकते थे, बट आजकल के टाइम पे आपको एज पेरेंट ये चीज इग्नोर नहीं करनी है. और बेसिकली चाइल्ड का जो वेट होता है, इट शुड बी अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड ग्रोथ चार्ट्स. नाउ नॉर्मली आप बर्थ से लेकर अपने बच्चे को एक पीडियाट्रिशियन के पास लेके जाते हैं, तो उनके ग्रोथ चार्ट्स होते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर एज एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर हाइट. तो आप अगर वो चार्ट करा रहे हैं, आपको वहां भी पता चल जाएगा कि आपके बच्चे का वेट जो है वो उसके एज ग्रुप के हिसाब से या हाइट के हिसाब से ज्यादा तो नहीं जा रहा. अगर वो वहां जा रहा है तो तब आपको थोड़ा कंट्रोल करने की जरूरत है. अब इसके लिए यू नीड टू कंसल्ट योर पीडियाट्रिशियन और डाइटिशियन. तो अदरवाइज इवन आप फिजिकल उससे भी आप देख के बता सकते हैं कि बच्चा थोड़ा ओबेसिटी की तरफ से जा रहा है. तो दिखेगा, क्योंकि बच्चे इतने एक्टिव नहीं है, खाने पीने पे ज्यादा जोर है, तो बढ़ रहा है वेट. अगर आपको दिख रहा है तो आपको वहां कंट्रोल करना है. अगेन आपको इस टाइम पे बच्चे में यू हैव टू इंकरेज एक्टिविटी. चाहे वो बच्चा पतला भी है, नॉर्मल वेट का भी, एक्टिविटी शुड बी इंकरेज इन चिल्ड्रन. It's not just obese, but every child.
So if we take a different scenario, malnutrition or undernourishment, we've also seen that this can also aggravate the situation of COVID-19 by making, you can say, by lowering down the immunity of a child. So what kind of diet should be followed for an undernourished child?
See, like you also said, undernourishment can make child more susceptible to any infection and not just COVID. So because the deficiency of nutrients, definitely they lower the immunity of the child, and again, God forbid, if the infection occurs, it will take much longer for a child to recover. So yes, even the parents need to be careful about undernourishment also. Now this means that you have to ensure the child is eating the right type of food. Children are sitting at home and they want to eat all types of snacks, and even parents are busy with their work, so try and avoid giving them packaged food or ready to eat processed junk food. Try to give them fresh home cooked foods. First, if the food is home cooked and it's fresh and it is seasonal, it itself takes care of the nutritional requirement of your child. And for that we also mean that you have to give your child a balanced diet. In case the child has any clinical deficiency of any nutrient, then again you have to give the required supplements after consulting their pediatrician. And let's say if I'm talking about iron, if the child is becoming anemic, you can see a pallor on your child's face. It could be because of anemia. And if it is confirmed that this is anemia, then you need to give iron supplements after consulting your doctor. And then you should encourage more iron-rich foods like green leafy vegetables, nuts, beets, eggs, and of course some vitamin C rich foods also to help in the absorption of iron. So, and of course, whatever foods for different age groups I have just talked about, if the child, is taking those foods on the daily basis, I think that should cover the major nutrients and the child would not be, that undernourished.
So, does it also make sense for parents to still follow the advice if fortunately the predicted third wave doesn't happen? And can there be any side effects of following this advice?
Fortunately, if this does not happen, the nutritional advice which have been given here is, it can be followed because these are guidelines for a journal, good health and for better immunity. And we need both these things, to lead a good, healthy life. So we need good health, we need better immunity anyway. So there's no harm in following these diet tips which I have given. And yes, there are no side effects of following any healthy diet plan. In case your child has some medical condition, let's say if it is some juvenile diabetes or any other, and it requires some specific diet restriction, then you can omit the food and also take advice of your doctor.
Okay, so are there any final suggestions from your side and any quick tips that you want our viewers to follow and maintain a good and healthy lifestyle and also pay attention to their diet?
Yeah, definitely. One is, of course, we should all be active and follow a healthy, balanced diet, whichever tips have been given. And try and, give your child fresh food only, seasonal foods only, and avoid all the junk foods or the packaged foods they're having. Try to keep them more active, keep them more agile, keep them occupied positively, so that their overall immunity is up. So these are some of the points which I would like to share.
So thank you, Ms. Pooja, for sharing these valuable suggestions today with us. And I hope our viewers would like it and they'll follow your advice very well. And also, I want to tell my viewers that they can interact with Ms. Pooja, and she also has a Facebook and Instagram handle by the name Pooja Sharma Vasisht. So you can follow her there and look for her advices and stay connected with her. Thank you so much.
Thank you.